Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk to you about how you manage your money for the later parts of your life, say from when you're 65 and above or 70 and above, and how are you going to hand over and what are you going to give to your children. So let us come to India's favorite investment. Every parent loves to invest in children's higher education, right? So should you invest at all? My answer is no. You should not be investing. You should be putting a little of your own money and let the children borrow the balance. Of course, when I say children borrow the balance, it means you are borrowing because of your net worth. Are the children getting those loans? I'm talking of the bigger loans, 50 lakhs, 80 lakhs, a crore and a half, or that kind of loans. Largely because you have a house, and that house you have taken a HDFC loan. So today it is possible for you to go to HDFC subsidiary and take a educational loan against the same property which is lying there. But at least there is a burden on the children to repay the loan. Many Indian parents, of course, when they have to spend 25-30 lakhs, they say, oh, anyway, I have this money, so I will give it to you, kind of stuff, and they don't let the children borrow. So that's the biggest investment that you make. After that, our greatest investment is, of course, real estate. We love real estate, and we buy real estate as much as possible, as wherever it is possible to buy. So much so that we may sacrifice where we live, but we will want to buy a good house for the children. You may not believe it, but the truth is, I know an old couple. Old couple means he's 85, 87, and his wife is similar age, and they live in a building with very poor access. Right, during monsoon, you will have to actually wade through water or struggle on the stones, and it's a second floor flat. They don't have a lift. He continues to live there. It's bad. It's a bad location. I wouldn't say bad location, but yeah, poor infrastructure. They live there. They hopefully will die there. But more importantly, he has used a bit of his money and the son's money to buy a very nice flat, which is given on rent. Why was it given on rent? It was given on rent to pay the EMI. Now the EMI is over, but still the rent there is higher than what these people need. So that flat is given on rent, and they continue to stay in the flat with poor facilities. Do they need to do it? Absolutely not. Do the children need the money? Absolutely not. They've done all this for their daughter. They have only one daughter, and they've done this for the daughter, and the daughter tells me privately that it doesn't matter because she's never going to come back to India for using that house. She's going to sell that house after the parents have died. Unfortunately, the parents are not dying. That's the problem. So don't keep buying property all over the place. I know people who have bought property in different locations for their children. 2 children, so 2 flats. 3 children, 3 flats. 2 children but 4 flats. 1 flat which they can't sell, 1 flat in which they are currently living, 1 house in some senior citizen place, and then 2 flats for 2 children, which children are not going to claim. It doesn't matter whether they are in India, whether they are abroad. Many of the children are not interested in the flats which their parents have built. And this is the other obsession of people living in their own house. They keep adding some rooms left, right and center. Look at Jammu and Kashmir. Look at Kashmir. People added 18 rooms, and one day when they had to leave, the only asset they had was a house, because that house had 18 rooms, right? So I'm not getting into those details. But don't do this. Don't keep on building a house. Don't keep buying houses for your children. Children may not want it. So the most important thing in finance is about financial communication. Let your children know what they want. If you are a child watching this, tell your parents what you want and what you don't want. So real estate is something which children are not going to use, or not going to use the way it is. So you ask the children, when your son is 50 or 55 and he wants to buy a house, or he's planning to buy a house, it's a good time to be asking him, look, do you want to buy a bigger house? Are you going to sell that house and buy a bigger house? Can I contribute something to it? Take some money and give, because they are not interested in the house that you build. And if you have bought a house for them, allow them to sell it and live there. Be less sentimental about a house. I refuse to be sentimental about this house where I am living. I know I have to leave this maybe in 10 years time, when I will go to a senior citizen home, right? So what is so emotional? I don't see the reason to be emotionally attached to the house. Younger children are being more practical, more pragmatic, saying, okay, I don't want to live here. And they're very clear that if they have a job in Churchgate, they don't want to live in Panvel or Mira Road. They realize it's a different district. So they would prefer living in as a Chamri somewhere in Churchgate or any of those places, Cherny Road, any of those places, so that there is proximity to work. I mean, same thing I'm sure applies in Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, wherever. People don't want to travel such kind of insane distances, or maybe they'll work from home, so they may need a bigger house. Whatever be the reason, talk to them about what they want. It's not about what you want. Also, there is another problem of our living too long. If I live till the age of 95 and my daughter is at that time 60 or 65, is it going to be of great use if I give her a house which is not in great condition? She will find it difficult to sell it. Best is to say, okay, this is the house which I am living, which I am going to occupy, and only on my death you will get this. But other than this, whatever I give you will be liquid assets, so that if she is settled in New Zealand, or if she is settled in US, or if she is wherever she is, she can come, she can liquidate those assets and take it back, or she can spend it. If she is going to be in India, she can invest it, and also depends on the amount that you're going to leave. So don't leave complicated assets like real estate. It is also painful to leave a real estate asset, because you have to make a will, you have to have a nomination in place, and in some states you also need to get the probate done, right? So it's a little painful how the whole thing gets transferred, cost of transfer, involving a lawyer, involving some middleman. It's not going to be very simple doing that. So just don't do real estate. Don't leave real estate for your kids. They don't really care. The other asset with which we are in love is, of course, LIC's life insurance policies or pension plans or something like that. So when a LIC agent comes to our house, we don't know what to buy. So we say, oh, I'm 70 years of age. No, sir, buy this for your grandchildren's education. Easiest thing to sell to a grandparent is to say grandchildren's education. They say, my children are useless. They will do nothing. So here I am trying to help them. Don't try to help them, please. You have messed up your life. Don't try to help them. Ask them if they want. If they don't want, don't touch. These are not cheap products. These are expensive products. These are not good products. Don't touch it, because the children may not be able to pay the premium. I know one person who has died, who has bought a pension plan for his daughter, who is about 45 years of age, or 47 years of age, where the premium to be paid is about 4 lakhs per year. She says, I don't have that kind of money. I don't have the money to pay 4 lakhs per year on a pension plan. I don't need. And my pension, my old age will be taken care of by my husband. Why should I pay? The old man, before he died, he has paid for two premium, and the insurance company is saying you have to pay for another 5 more years, or totally you have to pay for 5 or 6 years, which means another outlay of about 25 lakhs. She does not have that kind of cash flow. So why do you do this? You don't even understand what you're buying. If you buy a product where your children have to pay the premium on your death, when you're there you will pay the premium. What is the guarantee that you will live throughout the payment period? So what we have done is, in that case, we have broken some bank fixed deposits which were going to the son, and the son says that's fine, because it's both son and daughter are non-residents. Now the daughter has shifted to India. So some old fixed deposits were broken, all that was done, and that money taken to be paid as a premium. Don't leave complicated assets if you don't understand them, right? You want to blow your money, finish your money, go before you die. That's much better than leaving complicated things, because I've seen kids not interested in touching it also. I saw a kid who came to me with a bunch of shares in non-demat form worth about 4-5 lakhs, and I said, look, it's worth only about 5 lakhs. You have to decide what you want to do with it. So children, please take responsibility. If your parents are a financial mess, like keeping shares in non-demat form, or keeping accounts without nominations and things like that, step in much before. The pain of what the children go through when there is no will, when there is no proper, you try to save some few thousand rupees by not registering your property, right? Or you try to save some money by not making a will, not having the nomination in place. Then the children go through hell. You try to save 3,000 rupees, the children end up spending 3 lakhs to get it. So don't be, at least do the paperwork correctly when you're living. So children are not interested in real estate. Children are not interested in life insurance policies. If your children are interested in the life insurance policies that you buy for them or for their children, it means your children are not financially literate. If they are financially literate, they will not be interested in such stuff. The next stuff which we love is gold. So we buy gold, we keep it in a locker, and we then pretend that our children are interested in it. What we did, we got it from our in-laws. Even my wife can't identify some of the jewelry which she owns. I mean, tomorrow if it is missing, she wouldn't even know what is missing, right? It's kept in one packet in the locker, and it is untouched since our marriage, which means 1992, right? From 1992 till date, that gold remains untouched. My wife does not know what is the quantity. I do not know what is the quantity. My daughter is not interested in it. It will just be given to my daughter like, oh, we are giving you so much of gold. It is completely useless for their generation. They are not going to use it. Get rid of it now, because gold is not a great asset when you try to sell. Try selling a jewelry, some bangle or some chain which was bought in say 1960s or 70s, and you don't have a bill. When you try to go and sell and you find the market price is 100, you will get something like 78 or 92 or something like that. It's a discount or a huge discount. That is what it is. So again, pain of getting rid of it, and children are not interested in jewelry, definitely not interested in gold. So they are not interested in real estate, they are not interested in life insurance policies, they are not interested in gold. Hey, these are the only 3 things you know, right? So best is give them bank deposits if you don't mind, or mutual funds, right? These are the only 2 things, because they are in liquid form. They can break it whenever they want. Also, it's very important that if you are living long, give children money when they need it. I may need money for my daughter's education. I may need for my daughter's wedding. That is the time when the parent should be giving it to the children, or when I'm buying a house, something like that. Do a settlement during those times. Don't wait to give all your property at your death, because by the time you die, maybe you die at 102, your son is 75 or 77. How is it going to help that he gets some stupid property in your village or in some beach resort, something that you bought? He's not going to be able to use it. He is going to be running pillar to post at this age of 70, trying to get it transferred. He may just give up, and his children, which means your grandchildren, would not even turn and look at this side. I have seen kids giving a property worth 2-3 crores to somebody and saying, I'll give you the power of attorney, you sell, you take 10% and put the balance in my account, or they don't even care. I know one man who was trying to save a lot of money, traveling by bus and all that. When he died, the children came, they went to the senior citizen home where he was staying. He had a total princely sum of some 7-8 lakhs. They just gave it as a donation and went away. They were not even interested. You tried saving every rupee to give it to them. They are not interested. So please understand, talk about money, and then decide, and then do whatever you want. Don't leave assets which are difficult to liquidate. Kids don't value it. Your house is yours emotionally, not theirs emotionally. They are not interested. So please talk and then decide. Thank you.